Live from WSLS, this is 10 News at 11, working for you.
Now at 11, take a look. This is the severe weather that's making its way to our region. Storm Team 10 is tracking the rain and the strong winds it'll bring along with it ahead of the Easter weekend.
A Virginia man responsible for protecting children is accused of being a white nationalist. What the police department he works for is doing in response.
And the dogs make history. Despite only being in Roanoke for a short time, the Rail Yard Dogs are celebrating a successful season.
It's been a great ride. It's hard to imagine it's only 3 years as far as this organization has come.
What you don't see behind the scenes that makes everything run as smooth as ice. Well, tonight we are tracking severe weather that is rolling our way.
In a few hours, we'll start to see the rain come in, and it's going to continue for a while. Storm Team 10 Chief Meteorologist Jeff Hanowich is working to track the system.
Yeah, Jeff, this is something that will continue throughout the day, it looks like, and it's going to impact pretty much everybody within the sounds of our voice tonight.
You're exactly right. Tomorrow is going to be a very active weather day for us, but you need to know that right here, right now, things are still very quiet. We have seen more cloud cover over the last 2 to 3 hours. Right now, the skies are very cloudy. We are dry. Let's show you the next storm system. It's an area south and west of us, and it is raining really from the Great Lakes states all the way down to the Gulf Coast states. Without question, the worst of the weather is farther south into parts of Georgia, Alabama, and Mississippi. This is all heading to the north and to the east, and as it does, we are in line for it Friday into Friday night. Now, for that reason, the Storm Prediction Center has put areas in yellow in a slight risk for severe weather. That is a level 2 out of level 5. That is for the Highlands, New River Valley, Mountain Empire, and for the Roanoke Valley. However, for Lynchburg, Smith Mountain Lake, and South Side areas, you are an enhanced risk for severe weather. That's a level 3 out of 5. We are looking at the main two threats, no doubt, being damaging wind and heavy rain. However, some large hail cannot be ruled out in a few cells, and there's even a slight chance for a tornado or two tomorrow. That is, again, a low threat, but that threat is not zero. Timing out the impacts in the morning for your commute, we're going to have some spotty showers around. But without question, the worst of the weather comes in anytime between 10 and noon. Should get out of here anytime between around 7 and 9. Now, once that happens, we're still going to have some leftover showers around as we head into tomorrow night, and it's still going to be breezy at times. But for us, I think really start to see things deteriorate between 10 and noon tomorrow, with a lot of the severe weather threat gone between about, say, 7 and 9 p.m. tomorrow evening. So, heavy rain, pretty much a guarantee. We're going to pick up 1 to 3 inches of rain, it looks like. Damaging wind, unfortunately, that looks like that's also going to be a cause for concern. And again, a tornado and hail cannot 100% be ruled out in any storm that does form. These are going to be quick movers. They're not going to sit around and just spin over one area for several hours. It's just going to be a progressive system, but it's going to be another nasty storm system that we're going to be dealing with here. That'll be the second one in less than a week. John.
All right, thank you, Jeff, for getting used to it. By the way, folks, we'll be tracking the severe weather throughout the day, and then we invite you to stay up to date on it all by downloading the Storm Team 10 and 10 News apps or go to WSLS.com.
The Roanoke Rail Yard Dogs are making history on and off the ice this year.
Yeah, this is the first time they've ever made it to the semifinals of the playoffs, and despite tonight's first game loss to Birmingham, they are still in the hunt for the championship. 10 News reporter Shane Dwyer was at the Berglund Center with how the team is fitting in now in their third season.
When the Rail Yard Dogs ownership announced they were bringing the team to Roanoke 4 years ago, this is exactly what they had in mind. Playoff hockey and people in the stands excited to be a part of the atmosphere, creating something here in the Star City they had not seen in a long time. And not only have they had success on the rink, they've also experienced great success off the rink as well. Through 3 seasons of cheering fans and screaming slap shots.
They don't play him on the penalty kill.
Wally Dennison has seen it all, not missing a single game.
I'm a die-hard hockey fan, and I've seen a lot of teams come and go, and so I want to support this team to keep them around.
Thursday night, the Rail Yard Dogs played in the semifinals of the playoffs for the first time ever. Team president Mickey Gray says the players are pulsing with excitement.
This is what our guys came to camp looking to do, 7 months ago. This is what they trained all summer for, is these 3 weeks.
The fans are feeling it too. average attendance hit an all-time high this year, and over its 3-year life, the team continues to best its goals.
We haven't, blown the doors off, but every year it's just that steady climb, and that's what we're looking for,
These minor league players are speaking highly of Roanoke, getting top talent in the door.
They've embraced the community of Roanoke, and the community of Roanoke has embraced them.
That's Steve Esworthy, a local minority owner of the team. When the dogs were unveiled in 2015, skeptics were all around, but he says faces like this are the proof they're doing something right.
I feel like we've checked a lot of the boxes. We're doing the right things. We're making hockey exciting. We're making it accessible. It's entertaining for families. If we can do that, we're doing a great service to the Valley.
Wally has seen minor league hockey come and go before, but this time he says the success comes from the people.
They're like a tight-knit family from what I can see.
And he and thousands of other fans are right there at the table.
Yeah, nice save! The players say the fans here are the loudest fans that they play in front of.
A normal Thursday night game like this brings in about 2,000 people on average, but tonight more than 3,000 people showed up to support the Rail Yard Dogs. Team management says that is the perfect indicator of how they're doing here in town. In Roanoke, Shane Dwyer, 10 News, working for you.
Coming up later in sports, 10 Sports anchor Eric Johnson will break down tonight's game and show you just how physical things got in the Dogs' 4-3 loss.
Meanwhile, a major upgrade to the local power grid. Appalachian Power just finished $38 million worth of renovations in downtown Roanoke. Of course, at first glance, you won't notice it because it's all underground. 10 News got an exclusive look at the new underground system that is expected to reduce the number of power outages and also speed up response times. The new infrastructure is also attractive to potential business.
When we work with businesses that want to locate into our area, especially a downtown area, they ask about infrastructure. And now we can say that we have a brand new system in Roanoke that's ready to serve your needs.
This new system is expected to last for decades. New at 11 tonight, Virginia school resource officer is out of a job after claims that he's associated with a white nationalist group. The Chesterfield Police Department says Officer Dan Morley will not be returning to the force. When he started, the allegations of his association with a white supremacist group had not yet come to light. Back in March, he was accused of being involved with a group called Identity Evropa, which has been designated as a hate group by the Southern Poverty Law Center. In a statement today, the police chief said in part, policing in today's times is challenging, and to be successful, it requires trust. He says the officer's activities make it impossible for him to continue. You can read the full statement at WSLS.com.
A judge hopes the punishment handed down to a teen driver involved in a deadly crash will serve as a lesson to others. The 16-year-old, who 10 News is choosing not to identify because of his age, was driving when Ashland Poole, who you see there, was thrown from the passenger seat and killed in Christiansburg last July. An investigation found he was driving more than 86 miles an hour, which was more than double the speed limit. His sentence included 30 days detention, community service, and his license was suspended. New at 11, local deputies are looking for 2 people who may have witnessed a robbery outside of a bank. The Amherst County Sheriff's Office says deputies want to talk to Arthur Tucker and Shantae Wolfook. They say the armed robbery happened last Friday morning in the parking lot of the Madison Heights BB&T.
And case closed. Special counsel Robert Mueller's report into Russian interference in the 2016 presidential campaign is now in the hands of Congress and the American public. But while the investigation is over, the nearly 450-page report is creating even more questions. Reporter Kristen Holmes explains from Washington.
Special counsel Robert Mueller's partially redacted report noting the Trump campaign showed interest in emails stolen from Democrats by Russians meant to hurt Hillary Clinton, but found no evidence of a crime.
The Russian government sponsored efforts to illegally interfere with the 2016 presidential election, but did not find that the Trump campaign or other Americans colluded in those efforts.
On the question of obstruction of justice, Mueller is less clear. His report identifying 10 instances where the president or his aides may have attempted to curtail the investigation, including firing former FBI Director James Comey.
The evidence developed by the special counsel is not sufficient to establish that the president committed an obstruction of justice offense.
Just moments after the report's release, Trump claimed victory.
No collusion, no obstruction.
Democrats disagree.
Whether these contacts were sufficiently illicit or not to rise to the level of a criminal conspiracy, they are unquestionably dishonest, unethical, immoral, and unpatriotic, and should be condemned by every American.
Congressional Democrats want more answers and demand the full unredacted report.
The special counsel made clear that he did not exonerate the president, and the responsibility now falls to Congress to hold the president accountable for his actions.
In Washington, Kristen Holmes, 10 News, working for you.
A local sheriff's office is remembering one deputy's beautiful personality and commitment to her work. Deputy Rose Clark died this week. Sheriff David Hill told 10 News he believes she died of natural causes. He says she returned to Nelson County and applied at the sheriff's office to work in the courthouse and serve papers.
Very loyal employee, and she was just a fine representation of our office, the community, the citizens, her family.
Every day when I would come in, I'd say, "Hello, Rose," and she would say, "Hi, Charlie," and it was such an infectious smile.
According to Hill, Clark also worked in Charlottesville for more than a decade before retiring in November of last year. You can find their statement at WSLS.com. New tonight, crews are gearing up to tear down a historic dam in Lexington. Heavy construction equipment is now parked along the Maury River banks, but they have not started taking down the dam yet because the river levels are too high. City Council approved the Department of Game and Inland Fisheries plan to demolish the Jordan's Point Dam back in November. The U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service says the dam has significant structural problems. New tonight, a local manufacturing company is moving to Floyd County and bringing 28 jobs with it. Positions at Thomas Industrial Fabrication include welders, mechanics, engineers, and office support. It will move into the former Dreaming Creek property from its current headquarters in Patrick County. The owners are from Floyd and say it's a great fit because of the high school's strong welding program. Also new tonight, Governor Ralph Northam announced 45 new jobs are headed to Bath County. Speyside Bourbon Stave Mill in Virginia is investing more than $100,000 to expand its facility. The company will add new equipment and a second shift.
Forget the presents and the cake this year. It's about something more for one local veteran's 100th birthday. How your act of kindness can make all the difference.
.org for locations.
New tonight, infinite gratitude and eternal appreciation.
That's the praise being given to first responders in Paris today. Thousands gathered outside City Hall to honor firefighters that saved Notre Dame Cathedral. France's Interior Minister said they will never be able to give them enough praise.
Many of the relics inside were saved by first responders, including the crown of thorns and the tunic of St. Louis. A rolling masterpiece. You will notice new works of art painting the outside of Valley Metro buses here in Roanoke. Today, the Art by Bus program unveiled its pieces that'll be on display. It's a unique way that the Star City is working to promote public transportation through the arts. One piece by artist Ann Glover comes from the Roanoke City Art Collection. The other designed by Hollins University art student Mandy Lamb.
At Valley Metro, a lot of people don't realize we provide over 2 million trips, and that's 2 million passengers a year. So that's 2 million individuals who get exposed to not only their neighborhoods and their ways to get through with transportation, they also get to experience art.
This is the 5th year of the Art by Bus program. New at 11 tonight, some Southwest Virginia communities are getting some recognition. 3 local areas are in the top 10 list of Virginia's safest cities. SafeHome.org ranked Salem as the 5th safest city. The city found only 16 violent crimes happened in the city last year. Rounding out the top 10 is Lynchburg at number 8 and Christiansburg at number 9.
100 birthdays are pretty special, but you can help one local veteran have an even more special 100 birthday celebration. There's a social media campaign to send the Lexington man 100 birthday cards for his big day. This picture has been shared thousands of times already, and the World War II veteran has dozens of cards in his mailbox. His retirement home's administrator says she wanted to do something, but never imagined so many people would wish him well.
I'm not overly emotional, but some of this, when I was reading his cards to him yesterday, it kind of was hard for me to read to him because I wanted to tear up and cry, because 100 years old, World War II veteran, it's just amazing. Again, nobody deserves it more than Ray.
The home is also planning a party for Mr. Painter's birthday, which is May 5th. If you want to mail in a card, you can find the address at WSLS.com.
Hi there, friends. I'm Storm Team 10 meteorologist Jeff Hanowich. More clouds outside right now than what we had just 90 to 120 minutes ago. Skies right now variably cloudy. We're going to turn overcast here over the next couple of hours. And then by around 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, we're going to have a few showers around. Best chance will be along the southern Blue Ridge into, say, parts of Floyd, Patrick, Carroll, Wythe, and Grayson counties. By 8 a.m., spotty showers are going to become more the norm across the region. Nothing heavy, nothing terribly widespread at 8 a.m., but there will be some scattered showers around as you head out the door in the morning. It's late in the morning, after about 11, maybe a little bit after noon, where we're going to start to see showers and thunderstorms really get their act together. We're going to have one batch out across Lynchburg and Southside by around 1 o'clock. We're going to have a secondary batch towards West Virginia, south into the New River Valley and Mountain Empire. For Roanoke, we're looking at the worst of the weather pushing through anytime between roughly 2 and about 4:30. Lynchburg, you're going to have another round of rain moving through, say between around 3:30 and about 5:30. Southside, you're going to have off and on showers and thunderstorms from around lunchtime on. Once this first batch of energy gets out of here, a second batch is going to bring some moderate to heavy rain towards Lynchburg and Southside. Now, I will tell you that by around 7 o'clock tomorrow evening, maybe after 8 o'clock, somewhere in that time frame, 7 to 8 tomorrow evening, most of the severe weather threat should be gone, but the chance for rain will linger, no doubt. We're still going to have some showers around even by midnight tomorrow night. Now, they're going to be scattered. They're not going to be as heavy, but it's not like once that heavy and potentially severe batch of moisture gets out of here that we're going to be completely dry. That's not the case. We're still going to have some widely scattered showers around even as we head into tomorrow night. Now, I will tell you that on Saturday, we're going to awaken to maybe a few breaks of sunshine, maybe a few showers before the rain starts to move back in again on an isolated to widely scattered nature heading into Saturday afternoon. So Saturday will be, I think, at its driest in the morning before a little more rain moves in the afternoon. The chance for rain tomorrow is around 100%. Chance for rain Saturday goes down to 30 or 40%. So it does look like Saturday is not going to be nearly as wet. Storm threats for tomorrow. We're going to put damaging wind, heavy rain, thunder, lightning on the moderate side. Okay, we are thinking that the main two threats with any strong to severe thunderstorm that forms will be heavy rain and some damaging wind gusts over perhaps 55, 60 miles per hour. Cannot 100% rule out a tornado tomorrow, especially in areas east of the Roanoke Valley, say towards Lynchburg and Southside. There's going to be a little more spin in the atmosphere out east, so we're going to have to watch that tornado threat closely, although again, it's not a high threat by any means. Hail, could have some quarter-size hail in a few storms as well. Other thing we're going to be watching, the chance for flooding. The expected rainfall out of this is roughly 1 to 2, maybe an isolated spot picking up to 3 inches of rain. The 6-hour flash flood guidance is around 1.5 inches to 2.5 inches of rain. Ground is still pretty saturated from last weekend's rain, so there is an elevated flash flood threat heading into tomorrow night as well. And if you're thinking to yourself, man, almost every Friday's been wet this year, you'd be kind of right. Blacksburg, Lynchburg, 13 out of the 15 Fridays have been wet. In Roanoke, we've had 12 out of 15 Fridays wet so far in 2019. Now, I will tell you that as we look ahead now to Easter Sunday, looks like the weather's going to not be nearly as severe. I don't think Sunday is going to be that bad of a day. I think we'll squeeze out a little bit of sunshine. We're variably cloudy on Easter Sunday. Heading off to those sunrise services, temperatures will be in the low to mid 40s. By the time you eat brunch later in the day, say in the early to mid afternoon hours, temperatures will be in the upper 50s. Stray shower or two can't be ruled out on Easter Sunday, but it looks to be a fairly quiet day. No doubt today has been breezy, arguably windy. Those winds have settled down over the last couple of hours. We have winds right now 5 to 10 miles per hour, and any storm that forms tomorrow, though, you need to know we're going to have some strong winds developing again. Tonight, mostly cloudy, mild, overnight lows in the 50s and lower 60s, and then for the day tomorrow, rain and thunderstorms develop, highs in the mountains in the 60s, everybody else low to mid 70s. Upper 50s Saturday, low to mid 60s on Sunday. Looks like temperatures, though, will be between 75 and 80 Monday through Wednesday of next week. Once we get into Easter Sunday through next Wednesday, maybe a stray shower each and every day, but nothing more than that under partly sunny skies. Eric.
All right, a former Liberty University quarterback has found a new NFL home this evening. We'll give you those details. And as you saw earlier, the Dogs are back in town on the ice, locked and loaded in playoff mode. Highlights coming up next in Sports
Today.
The Roanoke Rail Yard Dogs' quest to claim the SPHL President's Cup picked back up tonight at the Berglund Center. The second round of the postseason action had them against the Birmingham Bulls. Here we go, game one of the 3-game series. The Bulls would strike first in this one. Just 5 minutes into the game, Shane Topp able to find the back of the net for the early goal, 1-0 lead. Dogs wouldn't take long to respond. Precise passing by Roanoke sets up Adrian Carbonara, who had a slick move there. We're all tied at 1. Fans pumped up after that one. Still in the first period, power play for Birmingham. Check out Garrett Schmitz finding nothing but net after a pass comes through the legs of a Dogs defender. 2-1 lead for the Bulls. Back and forth affair all night long at the Berg. Mac Jansen had 3 points for Roanoke, but in the end, it is Birmingham who gets the 4-3 Game 1 victory. Game 2 tomorrow on the road at 7:30 Central Time. On the NHL ice tonight, the Capitals and Hurricanes in Game 4 of their series. Standing room early down in Raleigh, just 17 seconds into this one. Jacob Slavin finds Warren Fogle, who taps the puck in the back of the net. 1-0 Carolina lead. Second period on a power play, Orlov feeds the Caps' main man, Alex Ovechkin, in the left circle for the one-timer. He knows what to do with the puck. Score it. We're all tied, but the Canes reclaimed the lead later in the same period. Braden Holtby couldn't get the save there. That would be the difference maker as Carolina gets the 2-1 win. That series all tied up at 2 apiece. The Washington Redskins were one of 32 NFL teams to find out when they would be playing this season and where they would be playing this season with the official schedule release last night. Here's a few of the highlights for the upcoming Redskins season. They will appear in 2 primetime games. A Monday night date on September the 23rd with the Chicago Bears. The other one will pit them against their former quarterback, Kirk Cousins, and the Vikings. They'll also host the defending Super Bowl champs Patriots in Week 5. And for a full look at that schedule, head over to our website, WSLS.com/sports. Staying on the topic of the Redskins, they've signed former Cave Spring and Liberty quarterback Josh Woodrum. The 6'3" QB was last seen in the Alliance of American Football League with the Salt Lake Stallions. He joined the NFL as a free agent in 2016, spending a short time with a handful of teams, including the Giants, Bills, and Ravens. Washington also signed defensive lineman Matt Ioannidis to a 3-year extension. For the first time ever, the Indianapolis 500 will air on NBC, and this morning Racing Loyalty was on the Today Show. 3 generations of the Andretti racing family, Mario, Michael, and Marco on hand. It's been 50 years since Mario Andretti took the checker flag back in 1969, and next month his grandson Marco will honor him by driving the car that you see there, this year's Indy 500, May 26th, right here on NBC. News and notes for you. Salem falls 2-1. Lynchburg gets blanked tonight at home, and Texas Tech's Jarrett Culver has declared for the upcoming NBA draft after leading the Red Raiders to the national title game where they fell to UVA. Light of the night, PGA Tours in Hilton Head, South Carolina. If you ever need a reason not to hit the ball into a penalty area, there you go. Check out that alligator lurking there on the edge of the water, making all the golfers, and of course myself, think twice about even approaching the course there this week. Stay with us.
At Belk and Belk.com.
So today we forecast a high of 80. Look at that high of 83. $10 in the pot, $490 raised for Make-A-Wish Greater Virginia. Temperatures tomorrow not as warm as today. Reason being, tomorrow we're going to be cloudy, we're going to be wet at times, we're going to be stormy at times. Stay tuned with Storm Team 10. We'll keep you ahead of the storm. So a good idea to have your cell phone handy. That Storm Team 10 weather app will come in handy tomorrow.
Yeah, it's one of those days tomorrow.
It is.
All right, keep an eye on it. Tonight's show, Jimmy Fallon coming up next.
The news continues tomorrow morning with Virginia Today.